friends. So to start our ultimate Valentine's dinner, let's make an ooey gooey, cheesy appetizer that anybody would enjoy. We're gonna throw calories and calorie counting out the window for one night. Let's get started. So the first thing we wanna do is take a baguette and we're gonna cut it into rounds, brush it with some olive oil and sprinkle it with the slightest sprinkling of salt and put it on our baking sheet. We're also gonna take that same olive oil and brush our ramekins, and we're gonna put our cheese with some fig spread in there, and we'll add these after our bread toasts. Let me move these things out of the way. I'm gonna slice our bread. Not even sure we're gonna need this whole baguette. I have a bread knife, see it has the serrated edge. Oh, this is gonna be noisy while I do this. I don't want to make all that noise. I'm gonna cut these on the diagonal. And I wanna make these little bread rounds. I'm gonna get these cut up and we'll move on to the next part. So I finished slicing my bread into these little oblong pieces. Now we're gonna take some olive oil, brush each of the pieces with the olive oil, just lightly brush them. Once you finish brushing each of the pieces with the olive oil, you want to lightly sprinkle them with salt. This is not a heavy-handed thing. You don't want it to be a salt bomb. So from high above, you want to put a little bit of salt on them. And these will not take as long to bake as your cheese does to melt. So I have these cute little covered ramekins that I got as a gift, but any heat safe bowl that you have will work. Anything that is heat safe to 350 degrees, because melty cheese just equals deliciousness. We all know this, and it's a wonderful treat to share with someone you love on Valentine's Day. So I'll get these finished and then we'll work on our cheese. So for our cheese dip, we want to take a little bit of olive oil. This just makes these easier to clean. You want to wipe the inside of your vessel, be it a covered ramekin, a heat-safe bowl, whatever kind of vessel you're using, and wipe the inside of your dish with your olive oil. That'll make it easier to clean when it's time to clean up. Maybe your Valentine will help you with that. Now for our cheese, I chose a Camembert cheese, which is similar to a brie. And I did that because I wanted to choose something that you would easily find in your grocery store. So let me show you how to prepare this, because obviously that's bigger than my dish. But of course I wanted to use something fun for Valentine's Day, and I had these fun red dishes. So I'm going to take this out of the package. And these have this white washed rind on them. So I'm going to cut the top of that off with this paring knife. I'm just going to slowly peel that off. See? Oh, yummy. It's already so creamy. So I took the top of this, see what it looks like before you take the top off? And then I'm gonna cut this in wedges that I can fit down in my little dish. See how I'm fitting those down in my dish? And I'm gonna fit them in as best I can. Again, we're cooking. This doesn't have to be perfect because it's gonna melt and be delicious. This is gonna make you talk to yourself, I promise. Actually, you might ask for a moment of silence with this cheese, which is okay too. And I'll work on the other one. You want the cut side, the trimmed side up, where the rind is on the bottom. Let me see. I'm just stuffing this down in there. Put this last little sliver down in each of my vessels. All right, see how I have these in here? I'm gonna bring you closer so you can see what I've done, okay? So I want you to see what I did here. See these little wedges of Camembert that I put in each of my vessels? Now, to take it to the next level, we're gonna put scoops of fig spread, which is like a fig jam. Now you're gonna see how I can't get this jar open. Let's see if I can do it all by myself. There, I did it. So we're gonna take a couple of tablespoons of fig jam and lay it right on top. And this will melt and be amazing. Now we're gonna want these little dishes to have 15 to 20 minutes in the oven, and our bread rounds are gonna need 10 maybe. So I'm gonna start these first, okay? And then I'm gonna leave these in for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna add my bread to the oven. We'll be back and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so our Camembert cheese and fig spread baked in the oven for 20 minutes. And our bread rounds with olive oil and salt were in the oven for 10. Well, let's see how it turned out. Ooh, look, yum. That looks delicious. Now, I'm not going to taste this quite yet because this is 350 degrees and I really don't want to burn my mouth right here in front of everybody. I want you to see how yummy and delicious this is. See that? Nice and ooey and gooey and wonderful. So let's let this cool for just a second. So, if you had little individual ramekins like this, you could have one for yourself. Your love could have another one. If you made a bigger one, you guys could share. But this is simple, easy, and delicious. I can eat that. It's not too hot. That is delicious. I hope you try this for your Valentine. Now we need to make our dinner.